Hey guys, I'm super excited to show you some of the releases that I have for the shoulders, your lower back, and also your hip muscles here. By the end of this video, you will have a great understanding on how to release those tense spots and at what level you should go to, and positioning of your arms or your body, and really feeling the difference in your mobility. So it's not always about stretching, and it's not always about strengthening. That gap that we have in the middle of this mobility movement stuff and getting the joints out of that locked mode is super important. I've been doing this with clients for the last 20 years, and I want to bring this to you today. So the first area we're going to cover is this shoulder area, the trap area, or the supraspinatus muscle, which doesn't get a lot of blood supply. And in my socials, I always share that certain muscles that don't have a lot of blood supply, you literally have to stimulate the blood flow manually. And sometimes it's okay in the summer because your body is nice and warm, but especially in winter when you go to sleep even like that and you're trying to stay warm, that elevation or raising of your shoulders presents a problem because you're not meant to be sleeping like this. You're not meant to be tensing up throughout the night. You're supposed to wake up in the morning and just be all free and mobile and ready to hit the road and exercise and all that sort of stuff. So the first area we're going to cover is this shoulder area. So I've got two versions for this. One is in the hot shower, or you can have a heat pack, or you can just be sitting in front of the TV or on your lounge and just doing it without anything else. The second one I'm going to do is a combined exercise mobility and strengthening work for the lower back area, but also those hip muscles here, which is your glute medius. And a lot of people think like, oh my gosh, it's my lower back. Oh my gosh, my core is not, strong. And you know what, guys, you could be right. But also, I think most people don't understand that this glute medius muscle, right? There's three muscles in your glutes: maximus, medius, problem muscle, and the minimus. It can contribute together with the minimus at the front and the medius. Medius and minimus can create that hip tightness, which keeps you locked and shortened. So these are the two areas that I really want to help you out with. And I do have some tools, props, whatever you want to call them, a foam roller and also a tennis ball. Now, I did say that in my foam rolling, yes, you'll get something out of it, but you don't get into the tissue really deep. So while the foam roller is great, you need something round or something pointy, and you really need to know where to go into that muscle tissue and not press on your sciatic nerve, which again is another problem of its own, but we're not going to cover that today. We're just going to cover these three areas. And let me also tell you that whatever happens on this side of the shoulder, whether it's front or the back, it also contributes to this other hip area here. So really important to know how your body functions and your cross lines as well. In rehab, we call these cross lines. Okay, so one side affects the other. If you have a problem with your hip, you'll start to have a problem with your shoulder. Likewise, if you have a problem with your shoulder, you'll start to have problems with your hip. And as we get older, man or a woman, it doesn't really matter. As we get older, our joints don't have the same strength or lubrication, collagen and all that sort of stuff. Okay, so obviously I'm not going to be doing this exercise in the shower. So I'm going to be using this space here as my shower space, and I've got this cabinet here as a pretend shower wall. All right, so let's go into this area here first. So if you're not in pain and you just really want to get into this muscle and put some blood flow into it by stimulating the muscle with touch and a bit of pressure, I'm going to get you to raise your arm to a comfortable level. If you're feeling comfortable all the way up, perfect, go there. If you don't feel comfortable, you can't raise your arm up, then instead of doing that 90 degree of your arm, your elbow, 90 degree, then bring it forward a little bit so it gets you out of that impingement mode, okay? And so you can still go this way, right? You can still go that way. And then I'm just going to turn around so that, you know, I can talk to you. But you just get your fingers like that and you place them over the trap. But you really want to start from the neck down, and you'll find that that area kind of gets stiff. And the closer you get to the joint here, the tighter it gets and the sorer it gets. So just stimulating the muscle tissue, because don't forget you got the trap on top of it and the supraspinatus sits underneath that trap. All right, so you have to kind of like get into it. And you might have to do this for 1 or 2 minutes, okay? Do one side and then do the other side. For the sake of time, let's just say you have done that, okay? And then in the shower, while you got the hot shower, please don't burn yourself. You're going to roll your shoulders backwards. All right, so count to 20 and then you count to 20 forward and 20 back, and then just, you know, see how that feels. And then you can still do another round and another round on the other side. Now, one of the other things that can happen with this shoulder area is that you may experience pain in the front of your shoulder here. And it's the supraspinatus problem causing pain. Okay, so it's not your chest, it's not your shoulder, it's actually the muscle that sits on top of here. So what I have done in the past with myself and also with clients, and I've been doing this for 20 years, as I said, so it's been, you know, a long time practicing this, is take the arm to the front like that. Okay, so put your thumb over your hand so you make like a fist, right? And what you're going to do is take it to the wall of your shower and then just rotate. So you're actually feeling the biceps stretching, and you'll get a little bit of a chest stretch as well, but predominantly you'll feel the bicep stretching, which should feel really, really nice. And then do it over the other side. So what this will do is you won't go into pain. If you do have pain in that shoulder, you won't go into that pain point. You'll actually just give it a nice elongated movement so that you can open that area without jarring the joint. So they're the 3 things: the shower, the heat pack, and the just sitting down in front of the telly and just doing your self-massaging thing. And as I said, if you do have castor oil, please put it on just before you go to bed. And if you do it overnight, every night for quite a while, like a good month, it'll actually start to heal, because castor oil has got a lot of healing benefits and it's absolutely brilliant. So now let's go down on the floor and we're going to cover the lower back area and also the glute medius. All right, guys, let's go down on the floor and do our lower back releases, but also with this tennis ball, you're going to put blood flow into your glute medius and also get all that tension out before you start doing your glute strengthening exercises. As I mentioned, you can use foam roller, but honestly, it's not going to give you the maximum benefit. And while it feels nice just to have a little bit of a roll, you know, forward and back, on your glute max, on the front of the hips, it's not really going to target that isolated area that we really want to target. So I'm going to ditch that and I'm going to use the ball on my glute area here. So let's have you lie down on your side, like so. Make sure your shoulder is comfortable with the elbow. And you've got your knees bent, you're almost lying down on one butt cheek. You're going to lift up, place the ball on the soft tissue, your glute medius, and then you're going to roll. So whether you want to roll forward and back from here or lie down on your side, get yourself comfortable, lift your body up a little bit, and then you're going to roll up and down, or you're going to roll in a circular motion. Up to you how you want to do it. Then you can go back here and you might just go, ouch, that feels sore. Now make sure that you're not pressing right in the middle of your butt cheek. Make sure you're going over to the bony area of your muscle, around the pelvis, like in the midsection, which is your tailbone area. Or you can go to the front and make sure that you are holding that pain point. Now this should be around 7 out of 10 pain-wise. If it is anything higher, ease off a little bit because you're actually tensing up the muscle even more so. So once you have done that and you have given a bit of a release, you should be able to do your strengthening exercises. So having done that on both sides, we're going to go into the rotational movement of our body to release the lower back. And because you release that locked up spot in your hip, you'll be able to do it a little bit easier. All right, so I've got my ball over here, but first of all, most of you may not have a ball, so I'm just going to show you how to do it without the ball. So take your legs up from one side to the other. Your hands are down at 45 degrees, maybe even a little bit higher. Place your lower back down and shoulders are glued to the floor. So then you're going to go from one side, bring it back in, and then to the other side. So these are your mobility exercises that you need to do just to mobilize your lower back. Nothing strenuous, nothing loaded. You're lying down on your back and you're just feeling your lower back or your pelvis go from one side to the other without having to put load, right? Now, this is without the ball. Now I'm going to go and get the ball and try it with the ball. Get your heels to stay on top of the ball and the hamstrings are glued. And what you have is the ball guiding you to each side. It is slightly easier, and because you got the ball there to manage, you don't have to feel like you're going to fall to each side. And each time you progress, you want to take it further and further and further down to the floor. Once you've done about 20 of these, which are your mobility exercises, then you can get rid of the ball, or rid of the legs being up here, and all you can do is raise your hips up and then push your knees out and then bring it back in and then come down. So hips up, push out, bring it in and down. Hips up, push knees out, bring it in and down. That's one exercise. The other one you could do, and I'm giving you various stuff so that you can choose whichever one you do. Lying down on your side here, your head is supported on your shoulders and you take your leg up and down for 20 times. Do the other side and then go into your rotational again. So count to 20 and you should feel really, really good. The last one, again, optional hip extension or hip abduction, is going on all fours here and have your lower back bent and then just take your leg up and down for 20 times as well. Once you've done 20 on each leg, then it's important to do mobility for your hips or your inner thighs. And I'm going to show you that next. So take your knees apart, place your hands down, push your hips back, and then go forward. So this is one version of it. And then the other version is going forward, but going to the side. Coming back in, going forward, and going to the side. Come back in. Going forward and rotate your hip to one side. So this hip is going across that way. So you go that way. Down and across. You might hear crunch, 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 which is a good thing. And you're feeling so good. So then you bring your knees in, roll on your toes, coming back up, bring them up, and roll yourself back up. So let me know how you go with that. They're the simple and easy exercises that you can do at home. You don't even have to hire a personal trainer to do those. It's just basically step by step by step, do one little bit at a time. But number one is get blood flow to that muscle by massaging it, or even here. Number two is strengthen it, and number three is stretch it. So the strength and the strengthening, they work together. Okay, and it's important that you have a good balance between both. Let me know how you go with these videos, and I look forward to seeing you again.